All right, we are going to continue this morning's media availabilities from Dover Motor Speedway. We are now joined by Martin Truex Jr., driver of the number 19 Joe Gibbs Racing Toyota. We will go straight into questions for Martin. If you have a question, please raise your hand. We will get a wireless microphone to you. Who would like to start us off? We'll start with Zach.
Zach Sturniolo, NBC Sports. Martin, you've obviously had a lot of success here in the past, but is there anything about this place with this car that translates from what you've experienced previously?
I don't know yet. I mean, I think probably not a whole lot. I think it's going to come down to, who can make the car work the best around here. I think it's going to be a big challenge. So, having experience on the track, confidence, knowing what you might want, I think is important. But we only have 20 minutes to figure that out. Figure out how to get that in the car, and not a lot of ability to change big things. So I think most of our speed was found between Monday and yesterday.
Go to Nathan.
Nathan Song with a podium finish. Martin, in a couple weeks, you'll make your 600th career Cup Series start. Is that kind of surreal to you?
Yeah, it's a lot of races. Pretty cool, though. I mean, to be able to be around as long as we have, and my career's not been it's not been easy. I've had a lot of tough years. I've been through a lot of stuff, and still be here battling and fighting for wins is pretty cool.
Let's come up front to Claire and then back to Peter.
Claire first.
Martin, Claire Belang, Sirius XM NASCAR Radio. This is one of your better tracks. I think 3 wins here, and you scored 9 top 10s in the last 11 races. Does all that wash out with the new car? Or, I mean, you got to get Dover. Dover is still Dover, right? How do you balance the new car versus, Dover?
Yeah, I mean, I think knowing it and understanding the track and all those things, it's going to help for sure during the race. But, it's not going to guarantee that you're going to be fast and be able to run up front. Again, I think it's going to really be a challenge this track is so fast. You're so on edge, and then you add this car to it. I just feel like there's going to be, a couple guys that are really good, and everybody else is going to be off. It's a place where you're either really good or you're really bad. There's not a lot of middle ground there, so it could be pretty tough for a lot of guys.
Do you remember the first time you dropped down off the turn at Bristol? You're used to it now, but some of these young guys come in, and it's an eye-opener and a hair-raiser. What do you remember the first time, and how do you kind of get used to it?
Well, the first time I raced here, it was in a car that was a little bit slower. It was the Busch North car back then, and it was less power and all those things. So it was it was still pretty wild, and I remember just taking a while to get up to speed. Because I'd never been anywhere that's nearly as fast as this was. So. It gets your attention, but I think everybody in the Cup Series has been here and other things, and they're the best of the best. So I don't think anybody's going to be scared out there today.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Go next to Peter and then to Bob.
Peter Strada, TSJ Sports. Martin, I'm curious, in your opinion, what separates a driver from a Hall of Famer, and do you think you've met that criteria?
Oh, I don't know. I can't really answer that. I see guys that are in the Hall of Fame and what they've done, and I guess stat-wise it's there, but I don't know. I've not really given it much thought.
Go ahead, Bob.
Bob Hockers, Fox Sports. I know you still have a little bit of time before you have to make a decision about next year, but I'm curious: have you enjoyed at all this challenge of the new car? Are you getting any? Is there anything about it that you find either enjoyable or wanting to kind of, or better than the previous car?
Yeah, I've enjoyed it. I mean, I love racing. I love working with my team. Working with my guys. That's always been the most satisfying part of this job. Working with a group to try to be successful together. That's been a lot of fun. So that's no different now. I don't know that I really think too much about what I like better or worse about the car. It is what it is, and you've got to just kind of deal with it. You know what I mean? So I just try to focus on, working with the team and doing the best job I can do for them. And so far it's been fine. Hopefully we can win soon. I mean, it's been it's been a decent year so far. I mean, we've been okay. We've had a couple tough races, but that was to be expected with this. And we've got some good tracks coming up. So if we can do our jobs well, hopefully we can put ourselves in a good position. I don't know that we're the fastest car out there right now, but maybe we can find some stuff.
Go ahead, Steve.
Steve Post, Motor Racing Network. Martin, you just said a little bit ago that the speed is found Monday through yesterday. What does that process look like for you? Are you doing a lot of simulation time and working with the guys? What's that look like for you, the midweek stuff preparing for the weekend?
Yeah, it just depends on the week and where we're going. What we have going on this week was pretty easy. Just talking to James and Jazzy about, the line and where I think we were going to run, and, kind of how just anything I could add, really. Simulation is a tricky thing, but some weeks it's the simulator, especially for road courses. Some weeks it's not. It just depends. And we just talk about things, and they do all the work, really. I don't do a whole lot.
Any additional questions for Martin? All right, Martin, thanks for joining us.
All right, thank
Good luck
you.
today.